Hello guys, welcome back to the second segment of this live video. So basically, my name is Dr. Pepple. I'm sure every one of you know me already. We are doing an Instagram session about studying abroad, offering free advice, information, and also to guide you on steps to take to make your dream come to pass if that's what you want. And it's actually in two parts. The first one was studying in the UK, which I got one of my friends, engineer Marklin, to talk to us about that, which we just finished. That lasted for an hour. So I'm getting someone else, Dr. Adenike from America, who's also going to talk about studying in America if you are interested in that. So I'll get her on now and we'll kickstart. Meanwhile, if you've got any questions, if you've got any contribution to make, feel free to do that. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm seeing some people requesting for live chat right now. I can't add you on any live chat right now because we've got a guest. After the guest, if there is time, I can add you on. But what we can do for you is basically to take your questions. So ask your questions and we're happy to respond to you and make any contribution. We're also happy to listen. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just give a wave so I know that we're on track. Dr. Nike, I haven't seen you here. If you're here, please just comment so I can invite you. Can you guys hear me at all? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Dr. Adenike, we're still waiting for you to come on live. I was chatting with her just a minute ago. Yeah. Ladies, we need to give them time to get sorted. But anyways, that's fine. So, for people who are just joining now, if you missed the other session, we basically talked about the process of getting admission into any university of your choice in the UK. What I would recommend is that if you intend to come to the UK to study, you should go to Google search and just type in top 50 universities in the UK, top 10 universities in the UK, top 100. And you see a list of universities and you choose which one you want to. But you just have to understand that the top ones will be very expensive. And if money is not your problem, then that's fine. Choose any of those top ones. I think the best university right now, top list on the chart is Cambridge University, followed by Oxford. St. Andrews, that's where Prince Williams and Kate Middleton attended. Then I can actually read that out for you. I think the top 10 universities in the UK are from number 1, Cambridge, Oxford, University of St. Andrews, London School of Economics, Imperial College London, Durham, Leicester, Loughborough, Bath, and University College London. So those are the top 10 universities. If you want to go to any of those top 10, then you should be ready to spend some good money. Tuition fee in those ones will be above £20,000 per annum. But if you want to just come to any university, it doesn't really have to come to any, but a good university, you have to check. Make sure that the university you're choosing is between top 50. Because the top 50 universities are quite good, Even top 100 is also okay. But anything below 100 might not be that's much of an advantage for you. Yeah, Dr. Nike, you're here now, but how do I invite you? Yeah, good. There she goes. Shall we just start now? So guys, send in your questions, your contributions, your comments, and yeah, there she goes. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you though. I can't hear you. Hang on. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
What's going on? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, come on, guys. Hello? She left. Hello? Can you guys hear me at all? No, you should hear me. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
How
Hello?
are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Something is just wrong. That's fine. I think I know what the problem is. All right, cool. Just hold on a minute, please.
Okay.
Okay, there she goes. Welcome, 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 Dr. Eketunde. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
How's your day? How's COVID in America?
Getting better, I guess.
You sure? Americans, you guys like to be the first in everything, even numbers of COVID. You're happy to be the leading.
Really, really, really. So I'm not going to talk about it though, but
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Welcome. So we're happy to have you. I've introduced myself already, and everyone here know me, apart from those who are coming from your own side of the life. So basically, I'm Dr. Purple. I work here in the UK. I am also a medical YouTuber trying to assist international medical students and graduates who want to transition to work in the UK. So yeah, that's what I do. And in this COVID era, today is actually my off day. So I feel I should be of service to you guys, especially those who are asking questions on how to come over to the UK to study, because I also did my master's here. So I feel like I've got some information for you. And also, some people message me about school in America, which I don't really know anything about. So I feel I can get someone who I know very well to, help answer your questions. I've known Dr. Adenike for almost 5 years. I knew her when she was in med school in the Caribbean. Yeah, from med school, she went to America to do her master's. So she really hasn't done so much of education in Nigeria, have you?
no.
All right. So, yeah. So do you just want to introduce yourself and let's crack on?
Okay, so my name is Dr. Adenike Eketunde, Yoruba. I schooled in the Caribbean, then moved to the United States to complete my Master's of Public Health. I just graduated. And yeah, I'm here to talk about schooling in America. So I have some information because I have friends here that have gone through. Some of them started from undergrad, some came here just like me. And yeah, I think I can say a bit or a lot about schooling in America.
Yeah, all right. So, guys, basically, you can send in your comments, your contributions. If we were saying something that you don't understand or you don't agree with, or you think you've got better information, because the previous person we had actually did all the stages of uni here. So he did foundation, he did undergrad, he did masters, and he's doing PhD all in the UK. So, but Dr. Adenike did only masters in the UK, but she did her undergrad in the Caribbean. So if you want to ask questions about medical school also in the Caribbean, how to do that, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer that. So, but if she's talking about American educational system and you think you've got some better information or some additional information that will benefit everyone who's listening or watching, that's also okay. Please just drop it down in the comment section, and do not get offended if we don't call your name earlier on, because this is a recorded stuff which we'll probably put on social media, so we don't want to interrupt it by calling names. But at some point, maybe towards the end, we'll just acknowledge everyone who's here. So we're not ignoring you, we're just letting you know you're important for you to join us. We appreciate. All right, so let's go on. Now she's introduced herself. I just want to start by asking you, unfortunately, you never schooled in Africa apart from primary school,
No,
so you
I
don't.
actually did. Oh, I did. I went to Igbinejon. I did 100 level to 100 level in Igbinejon.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay. All right. So
I
that's
have
fine.
an idea of the process.
Okay. So tell me,
Mm-hmm.
we're not downgrading any system, right? But do you think it's actually necessary for people from Africa or Nigeria, wherever, to go abroad to school? Do you think that they need it?
Well, personally, I'm going to say two things. I don't think so, but it is very necessary to be exposed. Meaning it's very necessary to, even if you're not schooling abroad, to go outside, get some certification, do something different. Even when I was in Nigeria, when I came back, I did some online course at Harvard. Like, there's a lot of things. It's good. Watch videos. You don't have to necessarily school abroad to be exposed and to to gain knowledge. Meaning you can if you have the opportunity to go to a very good school in Nigeria, you can still maximize your opportunities if you're privileged and have access to some things. You don't necessarily have to school abroad, but definitely you need to be exposed, because a lot of things is going on all over the world. Even if you are in the United States, you have to like look at data from Africa, know what is going on from China. So you need to be exposed. Exposure is very important, but having to school abroad, it depends on an individual.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what she thinks. She thinks that if you've got the opportunity to go abroad to school, that's fine. But if you haven't got the opportunity, there's no need trying to kill yourself over it. Get all the necessary information, because education actually can be formal and informal. So
Exactly.
the intuitive one, the informal one, sometimes seem to be what actually drives you. You know, that's what develops your resilience. That's what develops your innate desire to go and conquer and do more things. But if you've got the opportunity, like she said, fine, grab it. All right. So yeah, going forward, do you want to talk us through how you process your admission to the US?
Should I start from the Caribbean or just straight to the US?
The US one, please.
Yeah, because I'm just going to, because I didn't really start do much in Nigeria. So I started my application when I was in Caribbean. Actually, I finished my MD degree. So when I finished my MD degree, MD degree is equivalent to a master's degree, not a PhD. So when I graduated, before I graduated, about a year, I was already like, I know that I'm going to like further my studies, whether a PhD or a master's. At that point, I wanted a PhD because I wanted to be like one of the youngest. PhD, that was fun. But it wasn't easy. But I think you need to like know what you want. So at that point, I wanted to do PhD. I reached out to a lot of schools.
So you want to be like, oh, I got my PhD before 30. Oh my
Exactly.
days. Okay. Okay.
So, but unfortunately for me, I had some schools call back. Some said, some difficulties. And when I actually ended up graduating from med school, I went back to Nigeria. I did 1 year in Nigeria and started processing my master's. At this point, I just wanted to leave. Because a lot of things was like not working out for me. I wasn't really happy with the system. The whole community is just not me. Yeah. So I was like, I just wanted to leave, and I wasn't sure if the PhD was, it's going to take time because you have to reach out to doctors and all those. I was like, okay, I don't mind. Just like some people who don't mind doing a pre-masters or something. I was like, I don't mind doing my masters. Like, let me just do my masters. And I was doing a volunteer work as a public relation officer in Nigeria with a group of friends. So it was like, I really enjoyed medicine. I wanted to do MPH, Masters of Public Health. So I started looking for schools. Someone actually helped me out, all these agents, but it was more like, tell them what they will provide you with, schools that are like international friendly, the ones that have research opportunities, and you can look up the schools. You can send them your own CV, which is like your transcript and everything, so that they can apply for you. It was actually easier like that, because I think it took me about 6 months, because I really wanted to go. And that was because I used agents, because the agent, they know like someone in the school, like admission committee, than me. I wouldn't know an admission committee or someone that can just make sure that they see my application faster or something. So instead of applying directly, I just applied through an agent. But when I got the admission, I didn't get what I wanted. I got a pre-masters, so I wasn't satisfied with that, and I had to talk to my friend, and I had to apply directly to the school. So I applied directly to the school and got my direct masters.
Okay. So basically, most of your admission process was actually through an agent,
Yeah.
Okay. So, because for the other guy who just spoke, and for me as well, I did most of my processing, my admission and everything all by myself, because I realized that because I thought that agents will be expensive, but in the long run, like in hindsight, I realized that they are not even that expensive. When you use an agent for in the UK, I don't know about America, but here, if you use an agent to process your admission, when you get the admission, the university actually pays the agent and not even you. You can only just give them some tips, but the main payment, they get a certain percentage of your
Yes,
admission
yes,
from the
yes.
uni. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
why, like I said, I had to apply directly because I didn't get what I want. So I
okay.
applied directly later.
Okay. All right. So, going by the US system seems to be a bit more complicated to me though, because I haven't even I tried it when I was 17. I wanted to leave Nigeria to study abroad. Uh, I tried the US, it was expensive and complicated. Then I tried South Africa. I wanted to go to medical school. Then I saw one because I was a big fan. I still am a big fan of the neurosurgeon, the biggest, so to say, the you know who I want to talk about?
Becassin.
Yeah, Ben Carson. So yeah, so I wanted
Me
to
too,
go
I'm
to
a fan too.
yeah. So when I read his book, Gifted Hands, I saw that he operated in South Africa, University called Medusa, Medical University of South Africa. That was where he did the co-joint twins thing. And I was like, I want to go to this uni. But but yeah, things happened and I never went there. I didn't even go to medical school straight because I had to go do a BSc in human anatomy in University of Port Harcourt for 5 years. Then I went to University of Calabar for medical school for 6 years. Then I came to the UK to do masters. Then it's just so. Now tell me, for America, if you want to go school in America, do you need a special English language test?
Okay, so I always tell my friends and people that I've talked to that it depends because just like my own situation is quite different in the sense that even if I'm to come to United UK, I have friends. Our school is exempted from doing the whole English test because I schooled in Caribbean, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure why Nigeria is not like exempted because we teach in English. So on a normal day you're supposed to be exempted, meaning I feel like we can message the school. Some schools can exempt it, but if not, you can always, it's better not so that you won't limit your chances to have your English test, but not all schools require it. You can always reach out to the school. I like the fact that they are very responsive. Like when I was
Mm,
applying, almost all the schools, if you call them, they actually pick up your call. They reply your messages. You can always tell them
yeah.
that, okay, I'm a very good student. I understand English. I don't have my ILT ready and all those. They can always make an exception for you, but the best thing is to just do it so that you won't limit your chances of getting to maybe other schools you want. Like I said, it all depends on you. There are people that want to
Mm,
go into healthcare, accounting. It's just a big industry. So if you see that a lot of the schools you really desire, maybe you want Ivy League school or something, then work towards their requirements. If you
okay.
call them and they tell you that they really need that, then I think you should do it. But there are some schools that don't really push on that.
Okay, so basically, it's not an absolute requirement for you to have English.
Exactly.
In as much as you can show proof that you studied in English, in as much as you've showed proof that probably you got a credit or an A or something in English, they're
Mm-hmm.
happy to. And if you negotiate properly with the uni, so it's not casting stones. It means you can
Yes,
negotiate.
exactly.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. That's actually the same thing that happens here in the UK. Yeah. So, do you want to? Some people actually want to come to study abroad. They don't have the financial wherewithal to finance their studies and all that. Earlier on, we talked about scholarship opportunities where some people, if you manage to pay your tuition all in complete, all in full in the UK, you get scholarship. Like the uni can give you part of your tuition back, like a percentage as scholarship. And there are also scholarship opportunities you can get from the uni. Apart from that, if you're from Nigeria, there are so many scholarship opportunities that you can apply for. But first of all, you need to get an admission offer so you can apply for that. Uh, Concerning the US, is there any similar thing that people should be aware of?
Yes. I'm going to. Okay, so um you can reduce the financial burden on yourself through financial aid, which can be in form of like scholarship from the school or work, and you can also get from scholarships like from your own country. The best one is if the country is like really good one, you shouldn't have a problem getting scholarship from your own country. that should be like, it's your country. You should have it easier if you have opportunities to apply for scholarship in Nigeria or an African scholarship or women's scholarship. Yes, but the good thing is that the United States of America is a very wonderful country that they give opportunity to people that don't have to, meaning there are other opportunities for people. They know that some people cannot actually afford it. So most of my friends that took advantage of it, a lot of people that I know actually took advantage of this opportunity is financial aid. I got one. Mine is one, just small money, shabo. It's a good one.
I know you don't want to say that because I was telling the other guy that when I came, like I managed to pay my tuition all in full, right? So I got £3,000
Exactly.
the first month, and you know what's £3,000 like? Oh my days! I went shopping. I bought sneakers. I bought Nike. I was living on top of the world. So yeah.
Exactly.
So because
But
I mean I
the
didn't
money
have to
we are
tell my
paying
parents.
to is much, oh, like the money is
I
much too.
know. It
So,
is. I know. I
and also you
know.
can take advantage of everything. Like, okay, like I said earlier, before using an agent, because I came to Nigeria before I was applying myself to PhD programs. I had opportunities. It depends on your personal journey. Meaning, if I wasn't rushing, I told you my admission process took like that less than like 6 months or so. Like I just wanted to
Yeah.
like do everything. Meaning if I was ready to like maybe pursue other opportunities, like maybe research. So you can come, there's different kind of masters. There's research kind of masters that you can do as a research, and maybe if you want to further as PhD or coursework.
Yeah.
So if you're doing research, you can. I have friends that actually came to the United States, all tuition paid for, and they even give them stipend, because, and these are people that like didn't come within 6 months. They took like almost 2 years, 1.5 years trying to process their admission, because they keep messaging all the schools, researching about the professors, what research are they doing. If you're in the engineering department, what research have you been doing research from Nigeria? They actually message these researchers individually, trying to get the one that has funding, that can fund
Yeah.
for you. So if you can do that, yes, it's not easy. You take time. Like, there are opportunities for you, and I've seen many people take advantage of that. Like I said, there's financial aid within the school. You can also do research assistance. I have friends that, because you're getting tuition off, it's going to be competitive, but it's not like it's impossible. I didn't do the financial the research assistant because I was quite busy with other things. I was trying to run my own stuff, but I have friends that where they had the opportunity to actually apply for it and actually work towards it. You have to put in the work, and they got like 50% of their tuition.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Those things is not something you have to actually budget when you're living in Nigeria, because it's not like,
Exactly. Because you might get disappointed.
exactly.
So it's
So
actually a way of making extra money because I remember when I was in uni, right? The student union government, like it's quite very vibrant. They advertise jobs. Some of them actually want you to take part in research. So let's say a PhD student or a lecturer wants to do a research on certain things, and they want people to do the data collection. You just enroll, and they're going to pay you if you manage to do data collection for a couple of people, a number of people. So there are opportunities to make those ones are like extra opportunities to make extra cash. But in terms of someone asked specifically, are this financial aid open to international students? Yes, they are.
yes,
So like we said earlier, you can get a percentage of your tuition given back to you. Some universities do that. They can give you like cash. They can give you in other forms, maybe a laptop or whatever, just to things that will assist you in your educational journey. So yeah, that's fine. Now we're still talking about money. Some people probably manage to come to abroad, America, UK, whatever, on scholarship, or their parents struggle and do all they can to manage to pay the initial tuition for them. So they are thinking, oh, if I come over here, do I have the opportunity to work, to make extra money, to be able to support myself, so I don't become so much of a burden to my parents? And in the UK, you are legally allowed to work from the first day you come in as a student, but you only got 20 hours to work every week and unlimited hours to work during holidays. So, and the work you can do, if I mean, can even sustain you in terms of taking care of your bills. But you have to ask yourself the question, am I here to work or am I here to school? So you have to create a balance and also the future, in mind. What exactly do you want to achieve out of this your education? So tell us, work opportunities whilst doing your program in the US. How possible? How easy is that?
It's the same thing like the United Kingdom, like you just said now, because you have to work 20 hours a week if you are legally allowed to work with your F1 visa. But the thing is that I don't know about different kind of schools, but my school you can only work in the school
Or
if you
just in the
want to.
school?
Yeah,
Not
but you can work outside the school, but that's another processing. If you want to work outside the university setting, you have to apply for what we call CPT, which is like 1 credit. You just paid some fees, and then you are allowed to work, and it's 20 hours a week. You can do that. Just make sure that what you're doing is legal, because you just want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. You're allowed to work within the school. You are allowed to work outside the school. If you want to work outside the school, you have to just let them know, and it's usually at the beginning of the semester. So you can't just in the middle of the semester start looking for opportunities outside the school and you'll be allowed to. There's limitations, just small, but if you are aware of it, you can work towards it. At the beginning of the semester, you can inform your department, you have to sign some form. Yes, you can work outside 20 hours a week, and during the holiday too, you can work as much hours as you can. The people are doing it. A lot of people are mixing work with schooling, and they're doing very well too. The
yeah,
pay depends on the country and the minimum wage and the
yeah,
states you are in. So I have friends in Australia that were even any more than US people. They are paying in $25 per hour for doing
yeah.
small. I was like, really?
Look. I'll tell you. When I came to look, yeah, when I came to do my masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got in the wrong crowd. So when I say I got in the wrong crowd, like, the first set of people I met are all rich people, like rich kids, right? So, and they became my friends. They don't talk about work, like we were just about. And I was going to uni only 2 times, sometimes 3 times in a week, so I had time, like, to work and make money. But these guys were not working. They were all my friends, so we were just chilling and having fun. My program was for 9 months. My visa was for 16 months. So like the 8th month, no, sometime around the 7th month, I traveled to another city to visit my cousin. And everyone in that city, all the students are working, they are making money, they have like extra. So I came back, I was like, guys, come on. We need to work. They said no, their parents will send them money and all of that. I say, yeah, I know. Me too. They send me money, but I just need this extra money. And I worked only 1 month, yeah. What I made in 1 month was what I used to do my medical licensing board exams in the UK. So I was like, imagine how much I would have made all this while if I was working. So basically, you can work, make some money, and support yourself, but also you have to strike a balance,
Exactly.
so that your work doesn't interfere with your academic progress. Because at the end of the day, if you make good results, that can determine the opportunities available for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about culture shock. For instance, like, uh, I told the other guy when I got to uni here, some people are different because you attended the Millennium Festival for a couple of years before you left. So that was like a posh uni. I went to University of
Really?
Port Harcourt, and I
Really?
went to, yeah, I think
Dr.
so, because
Pepple.
no, listen. You guys have things that private public universities don't really have. So I went to University of Port Harcourt. Yeah, I did my undergrad at University of Port Harcourt. Then I went to University of Calabar for medical school. I never used any e-library. I never used any, some kind of gadgets stuff in uni. So when I came here, this was my first time ever using an e-library. You had to sign yourself in, you had to take the book all by yourself. So I was so confused, I just didn't know what to do. I mean, there are so many other culture shock. You meet with other people from different countries, and you know, it's quite a whole lot of things. So tell me, what specific culture shock did you notice, or did you feel, or did you experience that you want people to understand? And probably even if you never experienced that, so people who are also coming from Africa, from Nigeria, Ghana, wherever, will know that things might not be the same.
Okay, I think everything. I wasn't really. Well, I studied in Caribbean, and it was a good one. It's almost like US standard. Like the school was very beautiful. They had access to like online library and some stuff. It was good. So coming to US wasn't so different, but there are some points I'm going to mention, which is actually very good. And this one is about food. God. First of all, the dining is meant for like if you're staying on campus, or if you're graduate student, you don't have to stay in campus. So, but you have the opportunity to get the meal ticket, which is like I pay for it monthly, or you can also request for it, part of financial aid, which is what we're talking about. So I got one, and I get access to all this kind of food free, and I definitely love food, and it's so beautiful, and you have all kind of fruits and food and everything. I was like, really, Nigeria, we can do better. I love the food, making sense food, like, and I mean good food. The rest, the school, the library, I wasn't surprised. I was like, okay, the school is very beautiful, the library is good, every other thing is good, but like, I love the food, like, and it's free. So who doesn't like free food?
Okay. All right, that's a good one. One of your
Yeah, I
friends,
think
I
so.
think this is your friend, say Nikki and food. You know what? We have 20 more minutes because this will log us up in an hour. So let me just go through some questions and comments on here, and we'll wrap it up. So far, you're doing well. You're giving us right information. We're happy with that,
Thank you.
and you're making it quite lively. That's all right. So, Phil Jaja. This guy is Jaja. Jaja sounds like someone from my place. I'll have to check him out after now. So, in terms of
That's fine.
working in the US, you have opportunities after your study. Okay, we'll talk about that. This uh, MSTJ. Look, my people are all here. I attended Ibenedion too. It wasn't that posh. Okay, that's fine. I can relate to that wrong crowd part. Imagine the cost of living in London. While I stress about getting a job, they were yeah, I know some spoiled boys don't mind them. Under OPT and the type of program you study STEM courses, which are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you gives you about 3 years to work. Okay, that's fine. Of course, you love food, yeah. General culture shock would be the zeal and ethics of practicing, having practiced both in Nigeria, UK, and now in the US. Oh, yeah, that's true. And then you have further opportunities where the companies can file for you if they're verified. So what happens is in the UK, I'll tell you, normally, if you get an admission, let's say you want to do masters, which lasts for 9 months to 12 months, you get a 16 months visa called Tier 4 visa. But now with Brexit and with the new government in place, they're going back to the old pattern where there will be a 2 years post-work visa. So after your program, you've got extra 2 years. So the 2 years you can use that to work and make more money and to decide on what turn of event, how you want your life to go. Do you want to go for further program or do you want to leave? So in terms of getting a job after work, after school in the UK, is dependent on so many things. One will be your performance in uni. If you perform well, you might be lucky. Some companies might just say, oh, fine, we're happy to have you. The second thing is if the job you're applying for is on the shortage occupation list, meaning these are the jobs that they need skills and manpower from everywhere. So they'll be happy to take you on if you have the right requirements and sponsor your visa for you to stay. The third one is because of Brexit now, the EU citizens don't have any undue advantage over anybody. So it's basically British nationals and other people. So, and we are in that category of other people. So if you apply and if they need you, but the job you're applying for should be able to pay up to £25,000 per annum as your income. So if it's a job that pays above £25,000 per annum, if the company accepts you, then automatically you can get a visa and permanently live and work here. So that's how it works in the UK. Somebody said is pharmacy on shortage occupation list in the UK. I think yeah it is, but you can just go to Google gov.uk and just search, put on the jobs, go to shortage occupation list, and you see all the jobs that you need to so yeah, let's talk about schooling in America in terms of prospects afterwards. You talked about research masters. I know we have different types of masters. We have
Yeah.
research masters, you have masters by
Work.
dissertation, yeah, and
Yeah.
all of that. Which pathway do you think someone who wants to remain in the academic world should follow for the person to be able to stay back in the US?
Definitely research. Research,
Okay.
definitely. But any pathway, you can just walk towards it. Like I said, you have a vision and you walk towards your vision and what you're seeing in the next few years. But the research pathway is really very good for people that want to do their PhD, they want to further. But if not, if you're just looking for an opportunity to integrate, like, okay, get an higher degree and work here, get some like skills and go back or whatever you want to do. So you can just do your coursework, get
Mm-hmm.
your extra like knowledge and apply it to jobs. Like I said, like you said, like obviously the healthcare industry in America is a very good one. Like it's very competitive. At the same time, they pay well. I'm aware that there are also like other STEM courses. We have engineering, we have accounting, we have all these like other departments, a whole lot. And getting a job in America is not so, you just have to put in the work. It's not so difficult, just like getting work. Anyway, I think you just have to put in the work. You have to show them that you are a good candidate. And also what I realized about America is like they like experience, meaning that you don't actually have to have your master's because education is expensive. So not everyone have the opportunity, even citizens, to like have do their masters or PhD and all that. And you just have to put it that you know what you're doing. I think they appreciate your knowledge more. You're going to go for interviews and work experience and
Work experience.
work experience is very important here. And having a degree is a plus. So imagine having a work experience and having a degree. Yeah, that's a plus. And for people that wants to go into research and PhD, like I said, I wanted to go into PhD before that was like a few years ago, not anymore. And I made some like research, talk to people in the department. Anything you're doing, you just have to have interest in it. You have to be aware of a lot of stuff. When I talked to my advisor, he told me because he's a PhD. I was like, there are some level you attain that you'll be considered overqualified.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have to walk through that path. So for someone that don't have a clear vision and you don't really know what you want, I think you can take your time. It is allowed to really see which one you wouldn't want to go through all those years of work and of hard work and research, and you don't know what you're going to do after. You have to follow a path. And it's very, very important. So if you want to continue with the academic line there, the research one is really very important because there's something like overqualified and you need work experience and other things that might affect your job search. But overall, I feel the US economy is a place for growth. There's very accommodating. I love it here. It's very nice, and you have opportunity to be who you want to be. Like there are a lot of opportunity for you here. It's not easy, meaning you have to be ready to work hard. There are a lot of opportunities I didn't make use of because I didn't work towards it. But I have friends that want to work towards it and they have this opportunity and they are doing way better. So if I had worked that part too, but my own journey is different. So find the journey you're ready to go with and stick to it.
US, land of the free and wild, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. You know what you said? You said, okay, before I go to that, someone, Jaja, oh, that's my guy. So he said, your choice of course matters if your intentions are to stay back in the UK to work. Look out for health-related courses and IT. That's absolutely correct. Yeah.
IT is really a good one too.
Yeah. So you said education is expensive, which actually is true, But earlier on, when I was asking you, do you think it's quite necessary for people to go abroad to study? And you try to say, okay, it's not really that much, but if you can afford it and all that. Now, you've schooled abroad in 2 different countries, yeah, and at least you did part of your school in Nigeria. Spending all this money to acquire this knowledge, do you think the foreign curriculum, what you learn, is worth this money compared to if you don't spend all this money, stay back in your country and utilize all the available resources to become a better person. Do you think this money we're spending to come abroad to study is really worth it?
Yes, definitely. If education is expensive, try ignorance. Like,
No, that's not what I mean. This one is too much.
yeah, I'm just
Look,
trying to
how
say,
can you be
no, no
paying
matter, it's
thirty
just like
thousand
going to,
pounds just to do 1 year program?
yeah,
That's
but
it.
that's why
That's
I said it
15
depends
million
on
naira. Igbo
if
man.
if 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 people first of all, people who come into the United States to study for different reasons. It depends on what you're looking at. Some people spend thousands of dollars to go to Harvard. People that don't have a financial aid that actually spend that amount, and they get what they are getting from it. They are, they are satisfied and they are happy. Education, I feel like it depends on what you want. It's not so it's expensive, but I will say that's what people are paying. That's what the society has like made it seem. Because compared to Nigeria, there are lots of deficits. Like, depending on the school you go to, I don't know, but compared to even when I went back to Nigeria, and I just talked about, like, apart from the building, the research, we're talking about the security, the access to things that you have is different. Going back to Nigeria, like, you don't have access to many things. I've seen doctors work for like, for example, in the medical field, the whole of Unilori don't even have a working cities. Like, they don't have a chemotherapy unit. Every people that want to go through chemotherapy, they have to be transferred to Lagos or Abuja. There are lots of states like that, and these are where medical schools are that don't have access to what we consider normal here. Even working in a community hospital, you have access to, like, working CT every day, because that's part of the emergency requirement. MRI, you see things, the school equipment, you see doctors and lecturers that are very, very nice, and they're ready to, these are people that are not frustrated.
Yeah.
These are people that are ready to help you. So it's all different level. And if you're saying it's that's why I said, I'm not, like you said earlier, we are not dissing anyone is better or anything. Like I said, you don't have to, even if you don't have the opportunity to see a working city in Nigeria, you can always come here and do the 1 year. You can read about it. There are other ways to education without having a formal education. But if you ended up getting it and you pay so much for it, there shouldn't be any regrets. Like, education is not cheap, so it's expensive, yes, but I will say it's something that will be like, it's so expensive, why wouldn't I do it? If you can afford it, fine. If you can't, then there are research opportunities, there are financial aid. Some people will take advantage of it, some people would not. Like your friend, some of your friends that you said didn't work. It's a personal journey. But
yeah, that's true. I mean, education, because for you to go far in life, you need to be hungry for knowledge, right? You need to be
exactly.
knowledge, because that knowledge will help you to make impact, and that impact is how you can influence your world. So be hungry for knowledge, impact, and influence. Basically, that's it. And someone has just Jaja again said, in terms of quality of education, I think schooling abroad is better, although it
Definitely.
depends on the program of study. Yeah, that's true. The exposure alone is something of
Yeah.
something invaluable. And yeah, so America gives you a lot of opportunities, especially if you want to stay back. So somebody said, I disagree about being overqualified. Please explain what you mean. So now let me tell you, when we say overqualified, I applied when I came here, and I applied for a job. So basically, if you're a medical graduate, like from Nigeria, you do internship, house job in Nigeria for a year, then you come over. So I haven't done house job. That is equivalent to what they call foundation year in the UK. So I was applying for foundation year job, and they told me I was overqualified, and that's it. So they have requirement. This is not like Nigeria where or like Africa where they will say, oh, it doesn't matter, we'll take you. There are certain number of years post graduation or certain number of years post particular thing that if you want to apply for a job, and they'll say, no, we are protecting this job for this set of people because you've gone past that stage, so you go for another job. Because if they give you that, people who should do that job are kind of disadvantaged, so they don't have access to it. So that's what we mean by being overqualified. So the overqualified is based on maybe your experience or your certificate or what you are showing in your CV. That's also why when people are applying for jobs, they need to tailor their CVs according to the different jobs they are applying for. So you don't use one CV to apply for all jobs. So your CV has to be specifically tailored to the particular job. You are allowed to tweak your CV, change it, alter it, do some certain things on just to meet the requirements and demands of that particular job you are applying for. Yeah?
Yeah. So you answered the question. Do I have to contribute?
Okay, no, that's fine. You know what? Yeah, so I think we've really covered the outline I have for today. You've done so well, but before we wrap it up, someone has asked to do a summary. I will do that, and I will give you an opportunity to just say some stuff. Yeah?
Dr. Feyi. Hi. She's laughing
Okay.
at me.
Yeah. A lot of people here, we can't start mentioning all your names. It's just gonna be, can I switch to nursing without being science inclined? Yeah, you can. You can. I think if you want to do undergrad, if you have the requirement, the basic one, 5 credits, you can apply to do undergrad in any discipline, even if you've got previous experience in another discipline, it doesn't matter. So it's just for you to go through whatever uni you want to go to, see what the requirements are, and go. Some people have switched from completely arts to science. Some have switched from medicine, medical sciences, straight to political, whatever. You can do that. It doesn't matter. So just to wrap it up, we've been talking about schooling abroad. We started by talking about schooling in the UK and now in the US. And basically, the process, what I want to drive home is that a lot of people wait until when they have a scholarship opportunity in Nigeria. There are so many scholarships, Chevnik, Chevron, Ajib, oil, all those oil companies. They wait until when they advertise scholarship, they start running helter-skelter to look for admission abroad. That will delay you applying for that scholarship. So what we are recommending is that go on Google, go on the website, and just search for the universities you want to attend and apply for admission. It's quite easy to get admission, contrary to what people think. When you get the admission offer, meanwhile, you don't need to pay to get admission offer. People who tell you to pay most times are swindling you, or maybe that's their business, so they need to get returns on that business. But if you do it all by yourself, you get the admission offer, you keep it on the side. Whenever you see a scholarship offer being advertised by any multinational company, any organization, or federal government, whatever it is, and you want to apply, you already have an admission offer. If peradventure you miss out of that scholarship that year, all you need to do is to write back or call the university and tell them, look, I missed out on my funding for uni this year. Please, can you just defer my admission? They can do that. So you can use that same admission next year for another scholarship, except if your parents can afford it or you can afford to come do on your own, self-funded. That's fine. Then you come out. So that's what we've talked about. Then we've talked about the possibility of working whilst you're doing your program, which is very, very, very possible. And we also talked about life in the UK and US for students and job opportunity, job prospects after your program. And one of the contributors has really emphasized on doing STEM programs, which is science, technical, what was the other, E, and mathematics. STEM programs, those are the ones that gives you more opportunities to stay after uni. Also, when applying, one major thing people miss out is the contact information. Please try to always reach out to them through email, and all questions and inquiries will be answered. It is very faster. Yes, they listen to you. They always listen. Don't be afraid of anyone. Call them, send them email. They always respond. You know what happens here? There's usually a dedicated person for a particular region of the world for admission. So there's someone who's in charge of Africa, someone in charge of Asia. So that is just the person's job every day. So if they see any email, they'll respond immediately. So don't be afraid to reach out to them. Yeah, thank you very much. Nikki, do you want to just say your last words and we'll wrap it up?
Thank you everyone for joining. I wish you all, if you're planning on moving abroad to study, I wish you success. There's opportunities here in America, financial aid, scholarships, and if you can afford it, why not? It's a very wonderful place, and the knowledge is, like I said, you should. I can spend any amount that I have on education because If knowledge
Yeah.
is expensive, try ignorance. Okay, thank you so much. I love you guys.
Hold on, don't go
And
yet.
thank you,
Don't
Dr.
go yet.
Pepper.
Hold on. It looks like Dr. FK1 is someone you know very well.
She's my
Yeah.
mentor. She's my friend.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Nikki, for coming. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Like,
you.
you've done us well. We've shared knowledge and information to people, and I'm sure they'll benefit from this. So, guys, if you missed out of any part of this whole thing, this is going to be on for another 24 hours. And with the permission of Nikki, I'm going to upload this on my YouTube channel called Dr. Pepper's Hub, where you can have access to it until we take it down. And if you got any more questions, contributions you want to make, please just send us a DM, me or Nikki, and we're happy to sort you guys out.